Hi everybody. All right, we're going to go through some stuff on photography for your photography lesson. You chose that. So most people take photos with their phone now. You can use a camera. Some of the advantages of a camera is you can have a much better lens for distance, taking wildlife photography and things like that. But the new cell phones have great cameras on them. So this is an iPhone, but you can have any cell phone camera you want to do this assignment. And I'd like to say there's no phone shaming here because we all have different phones and they do different things, but a lot of them do the same thing. So looking at the iPhone for a minute, this one has two cameras on it. One is a regular one-time zoom and then a 2x zoom. So these are actual lenses, right? These are optical zooms. We'll talk a little bit about digital zoom too, which is different. So here's my um, camera screen. And you'll notice one thing you'll notice when you turn it on is you may have the grid turned on. You can turn that on and turn it off. The grid is cool because it lets you frame your shot. Now, most people, when they start off photography, they put the shot right in the center of the frame, and that makes sense for a lot of things. Now, here's my 2x zoom. So that's actually an optical zoom, and that's better than a digital zoom. So let's look at the digital zoom. This is when you go in between 1 and 2, and it's still pretty good. I mean, that's going up to 7 something, and you can really see the oranges if you look at it. But anyway, that's your zoom, right? Um, the other thing that you may not know about on your cell phone is you probably have a autofocus. So if you take and you hold your finger down on whatever you want to focus on the iPhone you get a yellow box around it, and there's also a little sun next to it, and the sun lets you adjust the exposure. So that's light and darkness. So if you're in a dark situation, you might want to tap on your subject and slide the sun up a little bit to brighten up the shot. You probably know that you can edit this in some sort of software editing program. But if you start off with a good shot, it's going to end up better too. So there's another thing I want you to be aware of. Finally, let's talk a minute about how to hold your phone. So this is up on my, I like to keep it up when I take a photo. And it's best if you can use two hands to really steady it. And obviously you don't want to have your finger in front of the lens. um, so the other thing I really want to talk about first is setting up your shot, because a lot of people will take a photo with a bunch of clutter and nonsense in the shot, and sometimes that's fine. But let's say you want to take a picture to record a memory, of an event, a wedding or a family gathering. Um, I recommend you take a minute to make sure there's no, dirty dishes or bottles or cans or ashtrays in the shot, and make it as simple as possible. You'll notice how this is just one thing on the table. When you have a lot of clutter in the shot, it takes away from the impact of the photography. So if you want to do a nice photo, isolate your subject. Just have one subject in the shot and as few distractions as possible. So for your first assignment, what I'd like you to do is take a picture of a person, a pet, or some action figure or something in nature, but just do a nice clean shot for me and work on the focus and the exposure. And then the next thing I'd like you to do is, so if I'm going to go, I'll take a picture of the oranges, and this is in portrait mode, which I think works good here. A lot of times you might want to think about landscape mode, and if you're doing any of the zoom stuff, by the way, if you zoom in landscape, you don't get the black lines on the side or in this video conferencing. So I'm just going to take a picture, and it's just going to be a regular picture, 1x zoom. And notice how I've gotten close to it and filled up my frame with my subject. I'm not trying to take a picture from way far away where you can barely see the subject. And there it is. So I'm going to open that picture. This is how you do it in the iPhone. And then I'm going to click on the edit button, and different iPhones have different options here, but you'll notice you can auto enhance it. This is enhancing. The word enhance means improve. So you can play around with that. And down here, this little box with the arrows is crop. So if you get that, you can get these corners and you can crop the photo. And what I want to do is get rid of some of the table at the bottom, just to play around with crop. All right. So if you watch this video, I want you to send me two photos. One, they're going to be the same photo, but one is going to be the original photo and one is going to be enhanced and cropped. So email me two photos, the same photo, take the photo and then enhance it and crop it. And I'm going to be looking for, what I talked about. Nice focus, fill in the frame, clean shot with no distractions in the background. And then email that to me. I'm probably going to do 4, and you can work on this over break. It's not going to be, a long, extensive assignment. I don't want to overwhelm you, but if you have your camera and you see something interesting, let's get 4 pictures. This will be the first one. I'll give you 3 more assignments before the end of the weekend, and you can turn these in. So I'll be looking for these as you go. All right, hope you guys are good, and the weather's nice today. It's nice to, if we're going to be isolated, at least we got blue skies. So enjoy. See ya.